So let's fast forward to Dynamite. I felt somewhat like you did, where post match of the Full Gear championship match that he had, we're going to go Eddie Kingston, Everyman, John Moxley diet John Moxley, where he's a little bit fatter. He's not as fast, but he's still going to give it 110% every time. We go into the main event. Yeah, he's a fighter. I'm a fighter. But we go into the main event. It's Pentagon versus Phoenix. And Eddie is just throwing, but it's Eddie this one served a purpose. So the first one was for a tournament match.
Yep.
The second one was, hey, let's see who the better man is because Phoenix got hurt. Let's do it again, pal. Let's run it back, brother.
Sure.
But the entire time through commentary, Pentagon would do something to Phoenix, and Eddie was like, "Yeah, that's hardcore. That's hard-nosed wrestling. That's how you do it." Phoenix would do something to Pentagon, his best friend, and he's crossing the line. I don't know why he's ripping at his mask. Why is he doing that? And then post-match, Pentagon picks up the victory because now they're 1-1. One brother has each a victory. And Eddie Kingston pushes with his foot Phoenix out of the ring. And then it's just like, hey, me and you, pal. Me and you. And as soon as we almost get a decision, the bastard Pac arrives. Oh, I was so happy for this.
So many of those weird angles, right? Because, now Eddie Kingston's getting in between the brothers that were part of this. What do they call it? The Death Triangle.
Death Triangle with Pac.
And so maybe is that it? Maybe Pac's going to steal these guys back from the family, which is a little bloated. You know what I mean? It felt a little bloated and just a lot of puzzle pieces that weren't connected, right? Like you have the Butcher and the Blade who are like weird, rural serial killers. And then you've got the Lucha Bros. And then you've got, the Bunny, and then he's there. And it's just, it was a weird group. So maybe that's what we're doing with that. Maybe they're going to fight. Because I don't see them splitting up the Lucha Bros and just have those guys go in single competition. Well, what avenue is there for them to have anything in single competition? I don't.
Well, they could go for the TNT championships. That could be a real good.
I almost feel like they need a third title. Like at this point, like there's so many folks.
Well, they're getting a third hour in 2021, so look forward to that. But with this, when Pac comes out and he gets in Eddie Kingston's face, Eddie, to his credit, knew exactly, he knew Pac wasn't going to go in there to hug everyone. He knew, this motherfucker hates me, right? Because he said, where's your little British friend? And that was alluded to in the previous week's promo from Pac, who was in isolation, right? And so Pac comes in, security immediately security and officials immediately get in between. They're doing their jaw jacking at each other. The one quick detail that the camera caught and showed us, but then went right away from, was when Pac came into the ring and Eddie Kingston and him had their face off, Pentagon rolled out to the outside of the ring and Phoenix was on one side and Pentagon was on the other, and they're staring at each other. And if you looked at it from afar, it was as if you drew a straight line this way, and it was Pac and Phoenix, and you drew another line this way, and it was Pentagon and Eddie Kingston. So maybe that's the tag match that we're going to see. Brothers torn apart, families torn apart, triangles now put into squares. It's fucking cool. This was awesome. I was like, I was fucking pumped. Love this shit.
Because I was beginning to wonder. I was like, why is this the main event? Why are we ending on this? And then the Pac thing, it's like, okay, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
We're starting to roll.
So apparently, peeking behind the curtain, when Pentagon and Phoenix did wrestle, it had a huge number for them as far as a rating. So they wanted to try to bounce off of that again. So maybe that's why they put it in the main event. And then to your point, Pac was the big reveal. Awesome, right? Cool. That was great. For me, I like Pac. If I was a pro wrestler, I would be a combination of Eddie Kingston and Pac. I would be a bastard like Pac, but I would have the physique of Eddie Kingston. That would be me 100%.
Would have the physique of Eddie Kingston.